We're live.
Are we live, or would we say, are we living? We're living live. Living live. I need a coffee, a Celsius, a kratom tea, and that will start my day. Great start to any day.
I don't know if that goes along with what we're thinking today. Seems a little excessive. Oh, Finny boy, do you have to be up here with me? Yes, I do.
I need to get the connection going mine.
And don't mess with our cameras, buddy. He's my buddy. All right. It's 9:45, so we're doing 15-minute intro. So once we get all that done, we will call our corners. It's going to be on the screen. We didn't do any preparation today. Technically, I didn't fill out the stuff that we said we were going to do.
But we spoke.
But we did spoke.
We spoke. We spake? Would it be we spake?
We spoke.
Spoke. I like these things for balance, for grounding.
So there's that.
Ben does not know what to think of these.
Not yet, he doesn't. But he will.
You're a deer. You're definitely a deer head.
What'd you call my mama?
You're definitely a deer head.
Yeah. You are a deer-headed chihuahua.
It's preciosa. Yeah, baby. You want me to pet you and stop holding the stones?
Finn.
Finn Draconius. Oh, what's his name? Finnegan? Oh, Leary. Finnegan, O'Leary. What was it? Jenkins. Finnegan, O'Leary, Jenkins. Oh, Muppet, you are worrisome, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't come up and then run.
Mm-hmm. She's back. See, I can't cross my legs for more than like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
My legs just fall asleep. Iris, no. I'm sorry, Iris. Oh, goodness gracious. All the love of the cheese. There's so much. So, Finn. Okay, thank you, Jesus. Now I can move my arm. My goodness. Hi, Iris. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello, hello. We don't see you in a long, long time.
Yes, unexplained and Tibeti. We have not. This is our second week back, I think, or maybe third.
Yeah, I think the third. We did it a couple times, and then last week I can't remember. What did we do on Sunday? It was the church, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like the Cubs.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Tibeti. We are doing. Excuse me. Well, I hope the same to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know what Mystic is doing. Oh, goodness gracious. What a freaking week. I hope you all had a great week. Mine was definitely very good. It was changes, but it was very good. A little bit about what we'll speak about today.
What's that?
Just changes, environment, your space.
Oh, yeah.
Creating that.
Good morning, Mrs. Regional. My petite's so cute. You can't see her yet, but she's coming. Look how cute she is. Oh my goodness.
Hope everybody's had their coffee, their tea, whatever.
Yes.
And is awake a little bit. It takes me about at least 30 minutes to come alive
No kidding.
in the morning.
And I've been up since 7:30.
I didn't get up much later than that today. I think it was like 7:45. Which is early. Which is early for me. Petite.
She's such a cute petite, but she breath smells so bad.
Oh yeah, and we're back, but also Apocrypha came back last night after what, a 3-week
Yeah.
hiatus or a 3-week break due to
The
logistics,
moving
moving.
from one country to another. Neither of them the United States.
So that was really nice to get that back. Back
Although
up and going.
I have a complaint that I'm going to lodge with Adius today. Just when the conversation was rolling right, he stopped it. And I like keeping it to the hour, but sometimes the conversation needs to go.
Well,
Like, it
I'm
needs
with
to
him on
continue.
keeping it to times, but if you're right in the middle of something, yeah.
Well, I
see.
mean, it was just a really comfortable and good moving conversation. So I was like, probably should have kept that one.
And today also it should be Coffee with Satanism. Is that was
Coffee with Satan.
Coffee with Satan for Adia Stade coming back
And
of my
yeah, I don't remember that one.
oh god. So be on the lookout for Coffee with Satan.
I'm gonna get
today.
there. It's gonna come to me.
Adversary of my adversary.
There it is.
Is that right? Which
Aoma is what he was calling it.
Oh yeah, which is Adius and Dyra together, right? Coffee
Correct.
with Satan is Adius, and then adversary of my adversary is Adius and Dyra.
Like my red charcoal.
That is really awesome. I really like the weekend. I hope for everybody too. It seemed to go at like not a slow in a bad way, but a decent pace. It doesn't feel like the weekend's been rushed. We could always have an extra day or two for the weekend.
At
but
least
it's
not
been
as
nice.
much.
We're still on the loading screen, or am I? Yeah, loading. It should be there, like the.
It
Starting
should be
soon.
blue, saying live now music with Karl Casey, White Bat Audio.
Yeah, we leave it up just until
We call the corners.
while we're talking.
Yeah, really, it's so we can set up the charcoal and make sure the cameras are all working and stuff, just to make sure. Finn.
Finn.
Mind? He's trying to dig to China in the chair.
Oh, to Betty, I need to read back up. We're still playing. I need to catch up. I've been trying to do some journaling.
Yeah.
And fighting some oppressive ick. Aw.
I'm glad you're hanging out. I think today might be kind of along those lines a little bit. Since we're talking about creating and really maintaining the physical, mental, and spiritual space. And a lot of that kind of might go along with it. So
And if I have your permission to Betty later, I'm gonna like to just send some supportive energy for however it's needed. I'll never do it without permission, so let me know if it's okay.
let me know if
better.
Yeah, and let me know if the music is too loud. I don't even know if you guys can hear it, but if you can, it is White Bat Audio. So if you Google YouTube White Bat Audio and find Karl Casey, you'll find all kinds of 80s and 90s synthwave music, horror-themed music that is free to use and project, as long as you say it's by Karl Casey at White Bat Audio. Which I owe a lot to, because, I don't know, it just energizes me when we get going somehow, this music.
Music level is good.
Good.
Per,
All right.
Unexplained.
Are we ready?
Awesome. We're ready. Ready? Hear me, friends and ancestors from the East. Hear my voice carried on the air of clarity and truth. Watch over us as we cast our circle of safety and love.
See me, friends and ancestors from the South. See my flame of passion and creation seared into the energy of the universe. Watch over us as we cast our circle of limitless possibility.
Feel me, friends and ancestors from the North. Reach my feet and hands the earth in my toes and work of my fingers. Watch over us as we cast our circle of grounding and protection.
Feel me, friends and ancestors from the west that we skipped. Feel my love, fear, sadness, and joy washed into the waters of the rivers of compassion. Watch over us as we cast our circle of connection and motion. Know me?
Know me, friends and ancestors from the ether. Know my intent, know my heart, and know my spirit. Watch over us as we ask you all to join us in perfect love and perfect trust.
Hear, see, feel, reach, and know that the circle is safe, the circle is sacred, and the circle is cast.
Be it so.
So mote it be.
We need a little bell. I don't know why I feel like to ring a bell.
That's the bell from our east.
Oh, yeah. When we do that direction, we should ring it. I feel like. Thank you.
All right. One more thing I got to pull up, and then we are ready to roll. Oh, God. That thing's going to beep. My blood sugar monitor is just far enough away that it can't connect, and it's really mad. So I'm going to go grab it real quick. I just wanted to pull this up because we have a new moon coming pretty quickly.
New moon.
About a week or so. A couple days.
The 27th?
Yes, the 27th. And I need to check one more thing, guys. I'm so sorry. I want to check one more thing. To make sure, because every time we go live, it changes my settings, which is really freaking annoying. But we'll get there. Where is our thingy? Okay. So I am a big fan of bells too. We have them all over the house. It's a really good way to clear energies and stuff.
And I have my Shiva Lingams, our dragon stones. I felt the need to bring them out last night and be around them to help clear my energy. I think Mystic's got some different ones as well.
Sorry, I had to grab my phone or else it won't stop yelling at my blood sugar because it's out of range. All right, we will now go video live.
Video live.
I don't know why y'all want to see us, but here we are.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for stopping by.
So we've got a couple of things we wanted to talk about today. We want to start our normal way.
Good.
We're going to start our normal way?
Sure. You want me to go?
Yeah.
Would you like to? So what have I been reading? I have been reading, and slowly because I have to process the info, a book by Stephen LaBerge, who's a PhD, and Howard Rheingold about exploring the world of lucid dreaming. Do we still have the thing? Thank you. This book is really good. It's based off of a bunch of actual lab experiments of people sleeping and the brain waves and the stages of sleep. And one thing I read across today, which was interesting, is that the REM sleep, or the active and dormant sleep cycle, you repeat it like every 90 minutes. And technically you're waking up 10 to 12 times a night. So that's kind of where I've gotten on that one. It's very interesting. It is a scientific book, and I'm really liking it.
It's exciting.
Also, thanks to Manny, and I think Dragon, Witchcraft Therapy by Mandy M. It's the guide to banishing bullshit, which I need to do. It's very simple, very basic, and it's for everyday, little things you can do to be magical and keep spirituality a daily practice. It's really, I struggle with that, so that is why I'm reading this. What about you, Mr. Mystic?
So I don't have my books in here with me, but I am almost done with Sapiens. Sapiens is a book by Yuval Noah Harari. It is, oh yeah, good idea. It is relatively non-fiction. Well, it is non-fiction, but it goes into a lot of things about the human history, both in terms of like anthropological history and behavioral history. So it's very neat. And I've really enjoyed it. I recommend it. There's a second book that is called Homo Deus, but it's just phenomenal books. I also just started reading Journey of the Soul, which has 2 books to it as well. I can't remember the second one, but the first one was recommended by a friend of ours at Kava, and it talks through and organizes experiences of near-death experiences and information about people who have been to the other side. It's very, very good. And it should, because it does look like a potato.
A potato.
It's part of our discussion today that we'll get into. So yeah, that's really what I'm reading right now. There's another book that I can't remember the name of it that I'm reading, but it's more of a workbook, so I'll talk about that next time. It's like helping yourself stay connected through spiritual behaviors and journaling and stuff. So it's really nice. So that's what I'm reading. I did want to speak about what's coming up on the moons.
Luna.
We are in the waning gibbous moon right now, which our waning gibbous moon is the time frame when the moon is going back to its newness and the energies are starting to slow down. In seasons, this would be autumn. In directions, this would be the west, the area of ancestors. So this is reflection time. So when you're going through the waning moon, you're reflecting and you're thinking about things sunsetting and going down and slowing down. So magic and energies in your life that are real crazy and spun up, this is the time to will them down. Okay, the energy is at its peak. We're slowing it down now. We're bringing it to a close so that when we hit the new moon on May 27th, we bounce back up to this whole new energy starting and we start to think of new things happening and new things. That's on the 27th. So that's where we are in our moon phases. I wanted to talk about that a bit. So yeah, I want to keep really close contact with that. There's another book. I'm not reading it, so I didn't include it on our thing, but I want you to see this. Have you seen this?
I want to look at that. It caught
This
my eye.
book is so good. It's too big to show on our little tarot cast.
Want me to walk it up there? It's
Rook,
beautiful.
Yeah, Rook's going to walk it up.
It's a really nice book.
So irritated that you move her.
Sorry. Let's see. Hold on just a minute.
She's going straight to me.
I want to trip.
So this book is, it's very, very neat, especially for new people. But you know what? I'm not new. And guess what? It's really good for me too. It is very picture laden. It is very well written. It is the basics, of the Wheel of the Year. But what's really cool about it is even though it talks through different parts of the Wheel of the Year, which is kind of cool, it also gives you some exercises and some things to do. Like we just ended... shoot. Why can't I think of Mayday? Beltane. And when you go through Beltane, one of the things to do is a ritual spring summer bath to kind of mark your transition from your early into your blooming period, right? So that's something that you can do, and that's what's in this book. It is so freaking good and easy to read. Even whether you're new or not, it's great to give you information. And I'm going to open it up to what's coming next, which is Beltane. I'm not Beltane, sorry. It should be Lunasa, I think. Or Midsummer, one of the two. Midsummer. Summer solstice, right?
I like Lunasa.
Yeah, Midsummer. So the ritual bath is sunbathing for leaving out of Beltane into Midsummer, which is our summer solstice, right? Which, think about what the solstice is versus what the equinox is, right? What is equinox? Do you know? Do you remember?
Well, it's like equal.
Mm-hmm. So you have
Time
equal
is
day and
equal.
night. So your autumnal equinox and your
100%
spring equinox, the days are
balance.
equal. And then at your solstices, it's opposites, right? The longest day is the summer solstice or midsummer.
It's
and
June,
the
right?
shortest day is the winter solstice, yep. So
I
usually
prefer the summer one.
usually around June
8th or something. 20th.
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 So anyway, in this book, for Midsummer, it talks about the rhythm of the wheel. How we're moving. Now, right now, we're not there yet, but we're going towards the high noon, right? So when you think of Midsummer and you're trying to learn or think about the Wheel of the Year, yeah, I don't know what's my brain is going. But when you think about the Wheel of the Year, for me, it's easy to coordinate it into other connections or other, what do you call them? I can't find any of my words today. Dementia's kicking in. Correspondences, thank you.
Oh,
so just like we said earlier about the moon, high noon is very similar to a full moon, right?
Oh.
So high noon, full moon, you got that same energy, which is midsummer, which is fire, which interestingly, fire is south.
Oh, yeah. Fire is south.
But it's still, that's the representation, right? You have, what else would be full moon? So south, fire, full on energy, wands, right?
Mm-hmm.
One interesting thing to know about the astrological areas is thinking about, well, south is fire, that doesn't match up, but it actually does depending on where you're looking at from the hemisphere. So everything you see is actually reversed when you're looking at the sky. So correspondences are very helpful for that. Things are in full bloom. It is time to change your point of view. Climbing a tree, hang upside down. Look around outside of you and just take a look at the world and look around. Walking silently. And then it goes into different celebrations, which are pretty cool. Like the Great Serpent Mound, the Great Pyramids of Giza celebrations, the Midsummer or Johannes, St. John the Bayou, things I've never heard of. And it talks about it. It goes into some earth. It goes into some things like making music out of sticks.
That'd be cool.
Activities like doing a green man scavenger hunt. And then it goes into plants and animals of the season, the herbarium for the season. So our summer that we're heading into is rose, echinacea, oregano, comfrey, holy basil, or tulsi, which we love thanks to B. Hawthorn, lavender, and mugwort. So these are all things that you can use to kind of engage that. But anyway, just a phenomenal book. I wanted to bring that up since we're heading into our summer solstice.
B is a master herbalist and a friend where we met her through our Cups group.
Yep.
I actually did a consultation with her a couple of years ago, and it was really good. Mm-hmm. I need to get back into my herbs, my ashwagandha. There's a few. We have a ton of them, and Tulsi as a tea base is also called holy basil. It is phenomenal for bringing things back to normal. For instance, it helps keep my blood sugar normal. It helps keep my hunger normal. It's really an amazing herb. Shishandra. Oh, a lot of good stuff. Anyway, I'm not telling anybody what to do, but B is awesome. If you see her in here and have questions, I'm sure. Yeah, we need to get her in here sometime. I think she's doing a lot of UU stuff. That would be great to have her on here to do a talk. Mm-hmm. Because she is actually the expert and can speak. Oh yeah, she's done the actual training. Yeah. So with that, we're gonna go into today's discussion, I think. Yeah. So I want to do it in order though. We want to creating our physical, mental, and spiritual environment. Yep. And it's like something that it's very interesting for me. Is there a format you like to talk about it, or just? I just want to go in that order: physical, mental, spiritual. I do want to. Can I just give an example of physical that helped the others? So we can do things to help our physical body. We can get massages, which can also help the mental body, or the mind. We can go to counseling, to therapy. We can train. We can do all these things. We can clean. We can make our physical environment more structurally sound. But what I have learned recently, and also I learned this, it was brought up in a sound healing course we got. You can do all these things, and you can do self-care all day long, but if your environment is shit, it's going to continue to be shit. You can't, if you're in an environment where these things keep occurring, whether they're physical, a physical person, mental attacks, psychic vampires, it is going to remain. All the massages.
To say that somebody like me, like if you look, hold on, I'm gonna show you guys. Don't judge, but I'm gonna show you.
Little Teresa. Oh, what's this?
Teresa. Oh
Did the
gosh.
chat get disconnected?
We disconnected for a minute. Hopefully it was just for a quick second.
Little
Just give me a
Teresa.
yay, you can hear us. Welcome, Teresa.
Little Teresa.
Yep, 10 o'clock. What'd I tell you? Every day at 10 and 2. Yep, it's good. Everybody's back. I don't know why it does that. It's so frustrating.
That is very
awesome.
unique.
Thank you. Love to see you in. Thanks for stopping in. I know it's early for where you are.
Oh yeah.
I've been spending a lot of time in Texas. I'll actually be in Austin next week in Plano. Fun times. Tomorrow, actually.
I love Texas.
What was I going to say? Oh,
Visit.
I wanted to share something. So don't judge. We're going to go down just a little bit. Look at this. This table's a bit messy.
Oh yeah, it's a mess.
Oh, there's a lot going on there.
It's a hot mess.
But I'm okay with it. And I'm okay with it because we're using it. It's in use. So I don't feel our environment in here is messy or uncomfortable. But I also listen to myself, right? I listen to how I feel about things. And if I'm getting this feeling of, oh, things are getting a little, I don't know, I don't like it, I'm uncomfortable, then the first thing I start with is cleaning the environment. So yes, there's a lot going on here, but I like it. These are all of our magical things and they feel comfortable to be around. But if I get the feeling like I'm a little crazed out or things are a little junky or overwhelmed, especially, then the first thing I do is I'm going to start putting some of this stuff up. And then I'm like, okay, it feels good now. Same thing in our rest of our house. We have animals. It gets a little messy. Sometimes I can't focus or function until we take care of that physical environment. So sometimes it's as simple as reorganizing or cleaning.
Yep.
Sometimes it's completely changing your job.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's, for me, a good physical change is getting in the car and going somewhere, getting on the motorcycle. Those are all physical things that affect everything else. So when I'm trying to set my physical environment, I want to get out. I want to do something, and I want to engage my senses in a different way. And that is how I initially have to affect my environment. And like Tabati, clutter makes me feel mostly comfortable too. I'm a Virgo. I like my stuff near me. I need it in hand's reach. I don't really like putting it away sometimes. But in other cases, like if you look at my stones, they are all perfectly organized and even and separated very specifically. If one of those gets out of place, I get a little weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Tabati, that can open and sterile is not. Yeah, that's not. Doesn't resonate very well.
Yep, and that's the important point is you have to know and be able to listen to yourself and feel what is right or wrong for you. Many people would see our house as cluttered. Many people would see our house as not cluttered at all. You go to somebody else's house, like for me, when I look at our house on the cameras, if I'm checking the alarm to look at the dogs, make sure they're good, I see all the stuff out and I'm like, oh, that's a lot of shit. But then when I get home, I'm like, God, if my counter looked like my aunt's, who is always pristine and clean, I would probably go nuts. So you got to listen to and find where your physical balance is. And one of the other things that's important for me for physical is yourself. Not all of us are going to be super fit or not fit. I mean, I'm 60, I'm morbidly obese according to my body mass index. I am probably 50 pounds overweight. I am focusing on correcting some of those things as much as I can, but I'm not going to live in being mad at myself about it. I'm going to slowly change my physical environment. And if I get there, great. If I don't, it's not the biggest thing in the world to me. What is big is having the things I care about around me. So that's my physical environment. What about you? How's yours?
And for physical, feeling well, right? Like not necessarily being whatever the poster child for fitness, but moving your body every day a little bit. Walking, like you've started walking. Every day I walk the dog. Push-ups, just something a little bit. Just a little bit of something, activity every day. It's important. And I agree, sometimes the stuff might feel cluttered and it's a blockage, and sometimes it's really comforting to have the things around you. But for me, and what I've got to work on is doing even a little more. Even though I do move and walk the dog every day, I need to do it a little bit more to truly get the benefit, I think. Like walk her and then do something else for about 10, 15 minutes.
Like we did last time. Yesterday we did an extra walk because you're slowly getting better.
And just a little, even a little bit. Look, it's
Yes.
hard to move a mountain, but a pile of dirt's easy. Like my old boss would say, a yard is hard, but an inch is a cinch.
That's what she said.
What little
literally.
things.
That's what she said.
It is literally what she said. We can literally do little things, little steps every day that add up to a huge impact or difference.
Agreed.
Mountain's hard, but a pile of dirt's not so hard.
Yeah, I think for me the most important thing is listening to yourself and finding out what it is, which we're going to kind of talk about when we get into the mental and then spiritual part. Because the physical one it's hard to recognize sometimes that you have a problem, meaning what is it that's bothering me and where do I start? And it might be as simple as going outside. It might be as simple as putting your feet in the pool or in the lake where you're at. Just making that one small change could really ground you or alter where you're at.
It is harder to do, obviously, a bigger change. Like if you determine your stress or in the environment at work, and it's not going to change, it's causing you stress, that's a little harder to change, but I highly, highly recommend taking the steps and the time to secure a job somewhere else because it is life-changing. I feel like years, like 10 years of work stress trauma are just disappearing, being removed every day, little by little. Ooh. Too sour?
Good.
Okay. It makes a huge difference. And I mean, you know, you can like your boss or whatever, but if it's the job is just too much, it's too much, and that's okay. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Do something you enjoy. Your life will be better for it.
Just know that you can change your environment in small or big ways to make an effect.
Yes.
And the first thing to doing that and creating space is really understanding like how to do that or how you can make that adjustment or that change. I turn that down a little bit. Just like really loud music. When music gets too loud, I get uncomfortable and I have to adjust it or put my earplugs in. Still want to hear it, but got to make that change.
Yeah. OCD person trying to find a balance that can function. That could be a challenge.
Yeah. A lot of times designating a space could be helpful for that. Like even if it's just one shelf or one area where it's allowed to be messy and just let it be the messy area, the messy shelf. I like that. Yeah, so that's the physical, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm sure Teresa, that's changed how you probably interact now. One of two things: either you're still extremely perfectly clean and in place. Well, there's three options. You're absolutely messy and don't want anything in its place because of the trauma, or a little mix of both. Like I said, you have one shelf that's perfectly organized and one shelf that is a junk drawer. Which is where I'm at. Some things are perfect, and it depends on what it is too.
Now, to me, they all can affect one another. So the physical can definitely affect the mental, which the mental to me is like, what are your thoughts like, literally? And how do you view the senses that you're tuned into? What you hear, what you see, smell, taste, touch? You know, what are you taking in? Is it, like, God, it's raining today. That's so gloomy, for a very basic example. But do you feel like the physical environment can carry over to the mental? Like, how do you prepare that space?
Part of the basis for the mental.
Yeah.
But I think they're all separate too. Mm-hmm. Because if you can't get your environment where it needs to go, there are other things you can do mentally and spiritually that will help address it. But it is good to try to get your physical space in the right way first. But mentally, for me, I go to meditation and mindfulness. So for creating my mental space, it's recognizing my response patterns, therapy, friend groups to talk to, discussion boards to have conversations about things like this. Most of the books that I'm currently reading were recommended by somebody out of a conversation.
Huh.
And that is, to me, that's getting your mental environment together. Like when I read books that give me guidance or give me new thoughts, that's creating my mental space. I also like to include, like I said, mindfulness, which is really important to me, and I haven't been practicing it as much as I should, but when you start feeling yourself getting to that level of stress or things, I get this metallic shooting feeling through my body, and that is literally a stop point where I know immediately, okay, I'm at my limit. Like, and it's so nice that I've finally been able to address exactly what it feels like, because I didn't used to. Working with Scarlett, even that little bit with the polyvagal theory is how I figured it out, which is really awesome. And now that I can feel that moment, I immediately can change my physical environment or my mental environment, physically by going outside for a minute or taking a quick walk, or mentally by stopping, closing my eyes. I literally, and this has been changing over time, but my original process was I see like a little picture of myself in my head, my hand reaching out and pushing the button on a computer and holding it until it turns off. I just feel myself booting down, and I even move my head down and everything just shuts down. Everything goes dark. There's no sound. Push a button again. My hand comes out, and then my computer boots back up. That is my first step in resetting my brain. Now it's a little bit more natural. It's not the computer pushing anymore. It's literally I just close my eyes and like almost go to sleep, but I'm like walking in the sky somewhere, like in the middle of the night. So it's just everything goes black, and then it slowly lightens back up, and I'm back on. It just turns off and on. That's my mental environment reset. Then once I've done that, I kind of try to find something in the room that's colored and textured. And I look at it and I describe what it looks like, what its texture is, what I think it would feel like. I describe what I think it would sound like if it makes sound, and what it would taste like if you could taste it. And hitting each of the 5 senses brings me back to like, okay, there's no tiger chasing me. My anxiety's gone. My mental clarity is back to normal. That shooting feeling is gone. And I'm back to normal. Like I'm back to where I need to be. And that is my mental environment space.
I do the mindfulness as well, but I actually got tattoos to help me. I know this isn't the correct tense to say, but if I get overwhelmed, I literally close my eyes and say, I'm here, I'm now, and I'm okay. Meaning I am physically here, I'm right now, and I'm okay. And it, you can't see it, but it does help somewhat. You have to literally just stop. Or I'll go out and take a walk and look straight ahead, not down, and pay attention to what's in my peripheral vision. And after about 30 seconds or a minute, you just feel like it resets me, and that helps.
Yeah.
It's like a reset.
Yeah, I think when we talk about like the physical reset, we talk about like going for a walk and, like I said, grounding, putting your feet in the sand or the dirt or barefoot or the pool or whatever body of water you have. Mentally, the reset is, yes, that walking is important or that physical activity, but the mindset is also important. And, the same thing, the reset process is hard.
Yeah, it is.
For me, the reset process started with something I was comfortable with, like shutting down and turning back on. And then initially I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't really get the full aspect of it. And eventually I can hear the sound and everything of the powering down. And then for that moment, there is nothing going on inside my head. And then you power back up. Mindfulness is extremely helpful in these situations too. So if you are frustrated, angry, and you've learned to walk away from something, or like you're at work and it's real busy, like I need to step away. That's changing your physical environment.
Yeah.
But now you got to change your mental environment. So now that you're outside and you've stepped away, maybe you're smoking your 3rd cigarette, and you think,
Hey, Dragon,
good morning.
maybe you think, God, did I overreact when you step away?
I wouldn't go there, personally. I would get outside and get away from it, and I would start thinking about mindfulness items. Like, what is in front of me? What's my next thing to do? What's the left foot, right foot? What does the tree look like? What does the ground look like? Because I don't want to think about the situation for that moment. I want to reset my brain. And the only way to do that is to get out of the thought cycle. All right. So I don't think about what went wrong or what I could have done differently. That's later.
I see.
But for mindfulness, when I'm resetting my mental state, I'm thinking about something completely unrelated. Again, I pick something in my environment that has a texture. Be careful. Don't choose dog poop because you're supposed to go through the 5 senses. See, hear, touch, taste, and feel. So don't do that. But that's kind of, yeah. And then you can, at a different time, you can think about all that other stuff of how to fix it or what went wrong. Because I think if you're in the heightened state, doing it then doesn't yield really good responses or answers. It'll make you mad and you'll go back in just as stressed as you left.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. Then later on, reflecting back on could prove some insight once you reset yourself. It has for me, and sometimes it's like, no, that person was really a bitch. And then sometimes it's like, oh, I really thought, or why am I thinking that way? Person didn't have any ill will or intent towards me.
Yeah. For me, though, it's just not a good idea to do it at that time.
Oh, I got it. I know
you
what
should
you're
do
saying.
it, but cold, that's a good one.
Ooh, cold.
I used to use ice to do reset when I was frustrated, and I would put it on my wrists, like an ice cube, and just roll it on my wrist.
And you did it on a grander scale a couple weeks ago, didn't you?
I did. The ice bath was freaking phenomenal. Oh my goodness, you should do it.
I'm not brave enough, I don't think yet, but maybe.
Oh, I'm doing it again. I keep forgetting. It's on Sundays too. And Little Tree Sap, I love what you're saying there because I learned mindfulness in my master's program for nursing, actually. Meditation mindfulness was a class that my school required you go through before you went through the rest of their program. But the polyvagal theory discussions that with Scarlett in the book that I read from her that she gave or shared is how I learned connecting mindfulness to the nervous system. So regulating your vagus nerve and your sympathetic and parasympathetic response. So if you haven't looked at polyvagal theory, or maybe you're probably already doing it, really good book. It's written for therapists, but you can understand it. It's so cool. But it really helps that connection between mindfulness and nervous system regulation through the vagus nerve. Very cool stuff.
Y'all ice bath people.
Mm-hmm.
I do hear it literally resets everything.
It reset everything.
It's good, but how did you feel later? Did you feel like you meditated, or was it just a physical body?
Both. You feel like you meditated. Remember my face when I got in? Do you remember the other guy's face when they got in?
Mm-hmm.
They were making all kinds of face. I didn't make a single move. I just went right in and sat there.
Was anything you were thinking about?
No. The whole point was to not think about anything.
Just to be aware of the cold, or
not even be aware of the cold, but I was in my head. I was describing what I felt. There's cold on my elbow, and then I would try to say, "Oh, I can feel my toe on the cinder block underneath me. I can feel the edge of the thing."
You made it over 4 minutes.
4 minutes,
right? That's good.
For a first time, most people do 1.
Woo.
Yep. So it's really awesome. I want to do it again. That's awesome. That is for anybody, if you have the opportunity to learn that, if you have systems, that connection and regulating your nervous system
senses
is phenomenal. And I will caution you, and Little Tree Sap, tell me if you had the same experience that I did. When you are learning it and you're kind of getting good at it and understanding that process, other people think you're withdrawing and pulling away from them, and they get kind of mad at you because they think you're ignoring them, when really you're just recognizing your need to regulate. And other people don't understand that sometimes, and they get mad or like, well, we had this plan and you're not coming now, or you backed out. You used to love doing this. Like, yeah, because I learned that I'm regulating and doing things for myself, not what you need. But there's more to it than that, obviously. But that was one of my big experiences with self-regulation and learning. So that's mental. What's the first thing you think of when you think about the spiritual side? I know what my brain goes to immediately.
What's that?
I asked you first.
I don't know. I'm a blank. Spiritual.
I mean, I'll go first.
Well, I mean, immediately. I mean, spiritual. It comes to number one, and it'll bring Ganesha like as a deity wise, but as far as a spiritual space, I go to the Grove.
Same. That's exactly what first comes to my head.
That is the most spiritual place in my life. Yeah.
Yep. And it's kind of a combination of the mental and spiritual, because so when you are going through druid training, and many other trainings too, but the specific one that connected it for me was druid training. You learn to create the sacred space in your head, and it's a recreation, whether it's real or not, and it's this, to me, it's weird. It's the same every time I go.
And I know I can see I'm under those trees
Yep.
like I was that day.
And I have, like, for mine, it's, I picture myself, and you feel it. Once you connect the spaces, you feel it. There's 12 pine trees and one river birch at one end. So river birch is at north, which is earth for me. That's my favorite tree. I love river birch. And then 12 pine trees around it in a circle. They're not perfectly even, but they do form a circle. And the center is a altar that is fully, not even physically real. It's ephemeral, and it's made of blue and red, well, all 4 colors of flame. And you can see every single star. And I can picture, I know exactly where they are in my head. And I'm going to keep the rest private because that's my private space. But that's where I go to when I need to get to the altar and I don't have one in front of me. I can do it during the middle of the day. I can get there in the car. I can get there wherever I'm at. And it is the place where nothing else will bother me. And I literally almost feel like my body stops working when I'm there. And I'm out. Like, I don't move. My eyes gloss over if they're open or they shut. And I am in that place. And I'm walking around that place. I'm feeling the ground. I'm feeling everything that's there. It's very different.
And too, that's also the same property where we did the past live regression. So it also anchors me there in that way, I think. Mm-hmm. And for that to be so close, I feel like I'm looking up at the trees, like the branches. I'm feeling the ground, the leaves. I remember exactly what it was like that day.
Yep.
When we connected to that and went to that space. So
been there many times since.
So it could be a physical or mental place that you can go to.
Yeah.
And that's spiritual in nature to you, whatever that means. A river, a forest, mountain.
So that's a good way to start with your spirit, but to create the environment or have a spiritual environment, it, to me, is kind of the connection of all 3 of those things. The physical, the mental, and the spiritual, when they all come together, that's when we're at our best. And that's when things are working the way that they should work, in my experience. I'm going to change our view here. We're going to go looking at the tarot cast because I wanted to kind of talk about these.
Oh,
Some people refer to these as Dragon Balls. I have 2 sets, and Brad has a set. After he got done playing with Joe's balls, he had to get his own balls.
Yeah, I needed my own. I need one to play with my own.
So these little teeny ones, these are Shiva Lingam. These are stones from a very specific river that are created by the water over many hundreds, if not more, years. And there's a left and a right, and you hold them in your hands. And these little ones go with me when I travel.
I really want to get some of those.
And
cool.
What is interesting in their hands, I don't know if you'll feel it, but when I hold them, they feel like they are the exact same weight as these big ass ones right here. They feel the exact same weight to me. I feel no difference. It is very strange. But these big ones, you can tell the potatoes, that's about, 6 or 7 inches.
Yeah.
And you have the male and the female one, the receptive and the expressive one, and you feel them. And the weight of them and the way that they feel can have a very, very, very impactful feeling in how you are. Yes, Dragon.
Oh my God.
They're so amazing.
And you know when you've got them in the right
wrong
hands or wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is the right way.
Yes, exactly unexplained. So
you got to be careful because it can, if you do it too long, wipe you out.
It can.
But it's such a good feeling.
So in your physical space, for me, I haven't used them as much as Rook has, so he's probably a little more comfortable with them than I am. But I've used the little ones more because I'm out. And so when I need to do them or when I need to function with them,
hey Manny,
and how they connect to what we're talking about today is in the physical environment, they give me something to touch. in the mental environment. They give my brain the feeling of comfort. I think they help pacify your vagus nerve a little bit. The weight of them feels good, kind of like a weighted blanket, which is all in the same property. And then spiritually, I feel connected to whatever river they came from and whatever part of the earth they came from, which gives me this world connection feeling that I don't have. And it allows me to meditate in a different way. I can almost say I can do it without it, but these are required for any type of astral travel for me. They just ground me and hold me in all three planes of myself that I need.
I feel like I have a whole bunch of electricity going through me, but in a good way, in a light way. I feel like tingly all over, and like it's clearing me out. I don't know. That's the only way I know how to describe it. Like buzzing, but it's like not being shocked, but like electricity. It's really cool. So if I zone out, I have to put them down because
yes, that's the other thing for me.
Too much.
Both of us. Once you have them in, like it's almost like you can't talk once you're kind of working with them because everything you say, you think you're saying out loud and you're not.
That is true.
Tree sap. I don't know where you got yours. I can't remember if I got them for you or not, but I got mine it's a specific shop. I had to order them because they don't sell them over here, and I don't know. I just don't trust Amazon directly. So I ordered them from a specific shop in India. It took them like a month to get here. And you go in and you pick them out. Like you actually pick out the ones you want and the type, and they send them. Like Rooks are very different. I'm going to use yours here.
Yeah.
His are banded, which are really considered more sought after. The bands.
I'm trying to think, where did I get mine? I think I did.
I prefer these.
I did order mine on Amazon, but it was from an actual
it was that same
spiritual shop. Yeah, it wasn't like Joe's,
Shiva Lingam, yes.
Joe's stone place or palace. Like, and you can tell they're real. Like when you feel them. I need to hold them more. Shiva Lingam.
Yep.
A symbolic representation of Shiva.
Yep.
Oh.
Formless nature, energy, and the union of both male and female principles. That's one of the reasons I like, and also part of my mental part of working with them is knowing that for me, your action and my expressive hand is the right, and my receptive receiving hand is my left. So when I hold them, I can immediately tell if they're in the wrong place and where they need to go. And for me, holding on different parts of my body feels really good in certain areas.
I do too.
But the little ones, they feel just as heavy as the big ones for some reason. It's the weirdest thing ever for me.
Oh wow, they definitely feel as powerful. And these are yours, so I'm not.
It's weird.
Connected to them, but they definitely feel. But like the energy is the same.
The big benefit that these particular, and I like stones. I like that they come out of the earth. That's just neat to me. But the important thing for them is spending time with them and that connection that they give me to all three planes and to the earth. I don't know that I necessarily believe that stones have a property in them that is magical. That they do things or create things. I believe that they help attune us to do things through the energy that they come from, and they remind us of the connections that we have. Periodically, we oil them up with coconut oil.
Yeah, I need to oil mine
to kind of keep them smooth. But yeah, that's our connection. That's one of the cool things I wanted to kind of share today about how it connects with those things. I will see if I can find where I got them from.
And you will know if you have them when you need to play with them or get them out, because last night, it was right before the Apocrypha, and I just felt I had to go pick them up. I haven't picked them up in weeks. I just felt like drawn to go pick them up.
Yeah, and then you can get them in different shapes. You can get them in different colors and different, like you can get them inscribed. Like Reiki stones, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like the inscribed ones.
I'm gonna look for me some little ones where to get them.
Yeah, they're relatively inexpensive until you get up to like 6 inch, and once you hit that, they get really expensive. So, but yeah, that's our thoughts. Any comments, or what do you guys think about the discussion on this creating the environmental space, the physical, the mental, and the spiritual?
And anybody have anything like the Shiva lingams that you use that are bring you back to the physical, mental, or spiritual space?
They just feel heavy. I love it.
That is so cool. I need to get some to take to work really badly.
Yeah, that's what I do in mine. I travel with them.
Although I don't need them so much now, but you can always have them to use them.
Yeah, very true.
Gosh, just like changing it up. I can't tell you. Sometimes it's just that simple.
Yep. Sometimes you just have to.
At least for your mental, like your environment, physical environment, who you're around, what they're doing, make all the difference. Huge.
100%.
Your soul. The Shiva lingams.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I think a lot of stones have that ability to help you do that. I don't know if if I would say the stone itself is a reflection, but I think the stone's frequency, which everything we know has a frequency regardless,
connection
kind of makes you in tune with that frequency for a minute. So when like harmonies reach up, I forgot what it's called, and two different harmonies come together and they hit the same wavelength and you hear that harmony. That's what I think happens with stones when you've communicated through them enough and properly.
Energy,
yes.
I definitely think that.
I love hematite.
Hematite.
I keep a piece of hematite with me. I feel like it's just pretty, number one. And number two, it's got this heaviness to it also. Another one you might like, by the way, galena. A stone. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's a metal, and it's galena, and it is amazing. It's for people that like hematite.
Tourmaline.
Galena's got I love tourmaline too, especially black tourmaline. I have it all up there. Black tourmaline, phenomenal way to you can just feel it sucking the shit out of you, like the badness and the evil and the frustrations for black tourmaline. And it's so pretty too when you see a large stone of it. Oh, so pretty.
Ooh, smoky quartz. That's really pretty. I love quartz in general, and smoky quartz is.
We have some over
awesome.
I like spheres. Like I'm obsessed with spheres, and I'm not as big a fan of the polished stones.
Selenite.
I really feel like all of them kind of connect you in some way. Each one has a slightly different one that can put you together.
Like onyx.
Yes. Galena, look it up. It's a grayish, super shiny metal. It's not toxic.
Selenite.
It is so freaking phenomenal to me. Like I don't know. I have a piece of it. Let me see if I can find it.
I had a selenite wand, and I don't know.
I have a selenite.
Oh, I like your athame, or is that a bowline?
That's an athame.
Like a moki stones. Ooh.
I love this.
Ooh, what are those? I want to look at those. Jelena.
Yeah, I think that's Galena, I think. Oh god, it's made me dizzy. See? That's Galena.
Oh wow. Oh, that's beautiful. Holy cannoli. I wonder if they can see this here.
I'm going to have to turn it on.
Oh. God, that's pretty.
So yeah, let me...
Definitely puts your mind in a state, doesn't it?
Yeah. So that's Galena.
We don't know if they can see it.
See if I can...
Oh, there it goes. Look how pretty that is. It's smooth.
It's not giving it justice. It is like it's got like a lepidolite sheen to it, which, by the way, lepidolite is probably my favorite. And labradorite. But yeah, this one is so good.
I don't know why. I'm grateful, but in two key entrance ways at my new place of employment, I'm gonna take a picture so y'all can see. They have on each side of the doorway 2 huge amethyst geodes, and it was very strange to see that, and that immediately caught my attention. So that was going into one part of the building, and then internally at another part on a shelf there are 2 huge amethyst geodes. I was like, wow. So that's pretty cool. Maybe that's part of the reason that it's so such good energy. But I'm gonna take a picture and show it's really nice. In fact, I might have one to show you. Do you remember when we walked into the one entrance?
I remember it was very pretty.
Let's see here. I just want to show.
I want to look up Orlight 23 real quick. Ooh, that's pretty.
Hmm. Oh, here's one. Look. This is in the middle of a skilled hallway.
What is the point of that? Do you know yet?
I don't know, but there's that, and there's the one going in. But I mean, they're pretty good sized. I'd be interested to know. But you immediately stop and look at them. I know that.
Oh, you want me to change it back?
Oh, let's see. I wonder if it'll show here. Where did it go? Right there.
It's ready.
So let's see. Like these things, I don't know if you can see them. Let's see if it'll work. So, oh, so see these?
Like at work. That's in May.
That's
that,
at
to me, is
work in
insane.
my main hallway. Oh, no, come here. Stop it. What are you doing? I hate Siri so much. She never does
How about
anything.
just hold the phone on the side, since that's the order you want to do it, and then show it.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. And they're huge. I may not look at. You can tell by the shelves. They're pretty good size.
Yeah, that's probably what, 1.5 feet tall.
Yeah. But I think that's awesome. I've never seen that in a workplace before, but I'm loving it.
Yeah,
Absolutely
gives me
loving it.
hope. Then give me some more light, but Labradorite is probably one of my favorites. I keep stones on my desk at all times.
Ooh, Arlite.
Raw carnelian for these are my Reiki stones actually. I like Tiger's Eye and Tiger's Iron.
Ooh.
A little piece of citrine. One of my favorite pieces of malachite that I have.
Oh, that's Earth energy.
Oops, I keep hitting the camera.
Was it me? I don't know.
Nope. Among other things, and then I love raw garnet, like unpolished garnet. But that's enough. But yeah, that's Galena. This is one of my, I just love this. It's super shiny. Feels like it should be fake, but it isn't. All right. Thanks for the conversation. I don't know how we got off on that. Love it. Tree sap. Mine's peridot.
Ooh. With those on top.
Hollow iron ore. I gotta see that.
Unpolished Tiger's Eye.
Oh no, lady,
Oh,
you're fine.
sweet.
Y'all getting me excited about all my stuff. I've never seen raw Larimar, but if anybody ever wants to see it, that's what it looks like. And now I'm getting excited about my stones again.
We go a rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, there's a rabbit hole. We're not going through all of them. What is my great one?
Ooh, this is a gorgeous place.
This is gonna be my last one I'll show.
Last one. We can't help ourselves.
So if you guys have never seen it before, this one is called Phantom Quartz. So it's a type of smoky quartz where it's hard to see on here, but there's an actual smoky quartz inside the quartz called Phantom Quartz. This is from the Arkansas place we went.
Ooh. That's a chronic condition. I love that.
I love these.
I'm going to see if there's any stones that can help me work through this weirdness with my fingers.
Phantom Quartz, yes. Let me put all this back. We're done. All right. I think it's time to do tarot. Would anybody like
Let's
some
do
cards
the
pulled?
restroom real quick.
Ooh, I love Moonstone, especially there's like dark Moonstone and light Moonstone, like the dark version of it's so pretty. I do love Moonstone.
JC. Oh, JC.
New name, right?
What would JC do?
What would Brian Boitano do if he were here right now?
Who's Brian Boitano?
I hate you.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the restroom.
He's a skater.
Never heard of her.
It's also a South Park episode.
Right.
As is most things that I say are related to South Park. All right, let's see if we can get some fresh stones. I mean, fresh charcoal, I should say. Anybody else? We got JC Little Tree Sap. We've got Dragon Alchemist. I spelled it wrong, but you know, Dragoyan. And Unexplained. Gotta figure out which ones I'm going to use today, which cards, because I've got a couple of decks that I've been using lately that have been fun. I want to check. Buddy. I don't know if I've used this one with you guys yet. I am using a mix of Hojari Kopal and Dragon's Blood, like real Dragon's Blood, not the coated stuff. We're gonna use Sylvankind Oracle today, I think. With that, whatchamacallit pick up here. We'll transition back over to Tarot Kind.
Well, hold on. Let me see something.
We most certainly can. We doing cards? Manny, do you want one for yourself? So we will, we'll pull from the cards. We pull one each. You will get a general read unless you ask for something different or say something different. We'll assume we're going general. Yeah, this is a really neat one. It's by a guy that I've never heard of before. I've had it for maybe a year. His name is Greg White. It's called the Sylvankind Oracle. And it's all about transitions and portals and movements betweens and the ins and the outs and, you know, that kind of stuff. And it is an Oracle deck, so it's not tarot, which, you know, I'm definitely the tarot buff, but I'm really feeling this deck today. Got you, kind sir.
Dun, 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 dun.
So yeah, we're gonna knock this one out. Anybody else? We got Gino, Little Tree Sap, Dragon, Tabati, Unexplained, Manny's mom, Carmen. That's what we're reading today.
Yay. So I don't know why I have felt called to use the Alice in Wonderland Oracle.
Okay. 2 Oracle decks today.
It was calling and calling and calling. I have thought about it this week. I thought I wanted to look for it and to see if I still had it.
Oh yeah.
And it was on my mind today, so.
VG, you got all kinds of trash stuck in your fur, baby. I'm gonna have to cut it out.
God, have I ever even used this? That's the reason she wanted to be used.
Oh, I want this one right here.
Oh my gosh. It's too big to shuffle.
That's what she said.
Too big to handle here. Barely fits in my hands. Oh gosh.
All right.
Let's It's also very fitting, honestly. Make sure they're not sticking.
Yeah, do you see? Like we bought these. These are so cute to me. We brought the fervor. I probably should just stop talking now while we can. Bought these little shovels. Aren't they cute? They're metal. They're like $10 for 10 to put our stuff in the incense to burn.
My glasses to see these.
All right. Oh no. Well, that's a jumper if I ever had one. I had a car jump into the fire. It got definitely taken. I'll put this over here if that's okay. So we've got Sylvankind and Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever used these cards.
And our first up is Gina.
JC.
I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, it's just my widow shovel. About a whole pack of them. I also have, we bought a pack of skull spoons too, but obviously there's skulls in them, and which has holes for eyes, and you can't scoop anything with them. It's like, really?
They're very cute.
They are very cute. They're good when we make our blends. The incense blend I'm using today is the it's what I call our perpetual blend. So every time we make blends and herbs to burn, whatever's left over goes into a bucket, and this is that bucket. So this is different summer blends and things that we've been making for years. Did I say summer blends? Just blends. All right.
There's a general, I assume.
Everybody's a general unless otherwise noted, so we're going with that. So let's see what your first card is. Miss Jay-Z. Not Jay-Z, it's not Jay-Z. First card is, whoops, Balance. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, right? When it comes to balance, when we pull a card, we're looking at not, and I like to talk about balance as not this stale thing that gets stuck, right? Balance is very dynamic. It is very, it's very, it requires energy to maintain. It doesn't just happen. Like our bodies are in homeostasis. That's what it's always looking for. That doesn't just happen. Our body is constantly doing things and changing things and moving things, adjusting things to maintain homeostasis, which is a type of balance. So this is a reminder that we need to seek balance, but we seek balance through managing the energies of those different things around us and what's in us. So seeking balance doesn't mean seeking a status quo or being stale or stable. It means balancing out the things that make you happy and keep you rolling and keep you comfortable. So keep in mind, as things in your life change, that you have to constantly seek balance within new environments and new situations in order to not let them kind of hold you back or overwhelm you. So that's my interpretation of balance.
Well, I drew choices. I don't know, can you see her? Choices. It's talking about feeling blocked or restrained. This is literally what I was talking about earlier. I feel in the physical. And it's just telling me if you have a choice or an option for something, go with the one that, go with whatever choice that is, that when you think about it, you think that's what would be a good thing or you would be happy with. That's literally what I was talking about. So, choices. I don't know, like personally, but
I'm just looking at her face, and she looks like she's troubled by having to make a choice, but not realizing that if you're troubled to make a choice and you don't make it, you've done nothing. Couple that with balance and seeking balance in a new situation, make a choice and run with it.
It's weirdly enough, it's almost like a yes card for me, in the sense that if you're if you have a different option, then it could be a yes. Could be a yes card.
Okay.
All right. Don't know if that means anything, but it goes along with our theme.
It does go on with the theme, that's for sure. All right, next up is a little tree sap. Little tree sap. You pull first on this one.
On this one, okay. I wonder if we lost connection again. No, it'll say if we do. Don't want to.
Yep, I don't think so. Yeah, we're still good.
I've just been checking periodically. See if we get that message. See what people are saying.
I'm telling you, the internet only goes out at 10 and 2. Like, that's the thing.
10 and 2.
Yep. And I don't know why. But every day, and just for a split second, it goes out and comes right back.
Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, it can't be. It can't be.
Okay.
Shuffle it. But I need a clarifier because we pulled choices again. So, see what does that mean? And I did shuffle. And you saw me.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. In addition to choices, I got never jam today. Okay? And she's saying promises that never come to be, empty words, not living in the now, never jam today. What does that mean? Not living in the now. To me, it would say to enjoy what's going on, because I like desserts. So I would say to enjoy the positive in the moment and not keep in mind not to think about other things, past, present, or future that are negative. Just think about right now and enjoy it. I don't know if that means anything to you being, what was it, choices? And then it is a choice to be positive, but that's what I take out of that. Enjoy, you have a choice, enjoy what's going on now and the good stuff that's going on right now.
And I pulled gratitude. So I think gratitude, when it shows up to me, is a good thing, especially when I'm kind of thinking it along the lines of choices, right? And then thinking through those choices and trying to figure out what's happening and maybe being thankful for having the choice in the first place might give you a different perspective. So if I've got all these things coming at me and there's 10 choices and you narrow it down to 2 and then you worry about which one's the right one, you may be frozen with the inability to move forward or to have action. So gratitude is like, take a step back, just be thankful you even have choices, because sometimes there aren't good choices to make, and that you have all these different choices. You can pull them up and be grateful for them and say, you know what, no matter what, one might be better than the other, but they're all going to take me one step closer to where I need to be, so that you don't jam up and feel like you're having empty words and empty thoughts and things that aren't happening, and that you're kind of living outside of the space you're in. Gratitude is all about getting you back into that headspace of living in the now and being here and having words that have meaning. So that's where I would look, is perhaps some type of gratitude or even ritualistic gratitude to reset and have clarity on those choices.
That's a good reminder, I think, certainly for me. I appreciate that, hearing that too.
Gratitude.
Oh, cool. All right, thank you. Little tree sap.
Dragon.
The dragon. Well, thank you.
Thank you, thanks. Dragon dancer.
I have to do it. It connects me to her. I want to be with the Dragon Balls, a dragon dancer. Nobody knows where I'm getting that from. It's from a preteen dance recital my sister did, and that was one of the numbers that the little girls did. I want to be a video dancer. In this case, it's I want to be a dragon dancer.
Sounds appropriate for little kids.
Hey, I'm childlike, and I hope so in all my ways.
That is
And
accurate.
days.
Extremely accurate. All right, Dragon. First card, Adversity. So I don't know why, but the Adversity card in this deck is one of my favorites because the type of adversity that it is like the challenge. It's not so much about, oh my God, I'm going to face adversity and this is going to be tough and it's going to blah, 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 it's going to suck and yada, yada. It is the adversity of challenge. People are looking out and seeing this dead forest in the middle of the desert with the pyramid in the background and thinking, this is desolate. There's no way I can make it over there. But people like you, people that have the idea of adversity in their life are like, oh no, this is a challenge. I see history. I see the world that was here before. I see the world that will be here after. And within that adversity, you're able to make change and make things work for yourself. So adversity for me is always a challenge in this deck because Sylvankind again is about, like I said earlier, it's portals and the act of going through something to get to something else. It's a transformation. This whole deck is all about transformation and portals. And that adversity is just another portal. And you know what? The reward that comes out of adversity and the things that you choose are just bigger. And that's where we're headed. The rewards are better when you through adversity.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you or your message. I'm laughing, and anybody can see I've been shuffling this. I pulled choices. Feeling restrained.
I think that's a
Feeling
message
blocked.
for you.
Maybe it's a message for me. But so my clarifier that I pulled about choices is use your time well, make every moment count. I think it's not for me. It's to me. It's more about kind of what we've been talking about being in the moment. And if we're working on a lot of things, those things are good to think about, but not be preoccupied with or obsessed with. Using your time well, to me, I get the sense is about being present and in the moment and appreciating what we have. And in what I read earlier in that Vanishing Bullshit witchcraft book, it was talking about that, about, you know, look at the things you do have that are good right now. So
You need some clarity oil.
clarity oil.
Other side.
I mean, hey, it keeps coming up. You know I'm shuffling. I mean, you see me.
There you go. Have some air.
This smells really nice. Oh my gosh, like
Yeah.
this is so weird. So
I think what's really cool about choices is like even when you feel like there's no choice to do, there's a choice to do nothing. There's a choice to react. There's a choice to think.
Kelvin,
Kelvin, we'll add you right on, my friend. Glad you're here.
Definitely something to think about this week.
But I kind of think like, you know, when we keep talking about choices and it keeps coming up, the other part of this card shows feeling blocked or restrained. And I think well, Trisap kind of heard into that because a lot of times when human beings are given choices, we really aren't making choices. We're just kind of deciding to do something. And it was never a choice. It was never this
Right.
or that. It was just both or neither or whatever. It's not really choices, right? And we start feeling stuck or blocked because we have to make a choice. We do it with food all the time. It's not food. Deciding where we're going is not the choices that we're talking about. That is, you know, there's other options that you just don't see. And there's always other options that we don't see. So when I see choices and this feeling blocked thing, it reminds me to seek out the choice that you don't think is there. Like find what the other choice is that you don't even know is present.
Sometimes not making a choice is a choice.
Yep.
Well, it is always a choice.
It is.
To not choose something. Oh my gosh. Well, I am definitely going to have a focus on this one this week and meditation
hope so.
on this card.
Tabati is up next. It's Tabati.
Betty. Betty. Okay, let's see the thing. All right, they seem to be giving me good guidance. This is definitely the male one. This guiding me today. My choice is to be a forest cryptid. Whoop, whoop.
I think you're halfway there.
You might be close. That would be nice.
You want to pull first on this one?
Let's see. I can. All right. Let's see. I feel like I'm almost shuffling up. All right. All right. I did not pull choices. I think it's established that that is our theme, right? So, I did pull, however, mortality. Little buzzword. I don't think you can see the card, but life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. Again, this brings you back to living in the moment, appreciating what's there, looking forward and planning for goals, reflecting on the past, but not being preoccupied or stuck in them. It's bringing us back to now. What is so good about today? What do we have? What are we grateful for? And just to be here, because it'll be gone and as soon as it happens. So just to be thankful of what's going on right now. That's what I get.
And I have uncertainty.
Ah.
Which bears resemblance to what?
Choices.
Choices.
Wow.
Huh.
Okay. Sorry.
So, as it relates to this, uncertainty is really about thinking of all the things you're uncertain of. It's like, what is going on in my life in areas that either I'm avoiding or I'm uncertain about, so I'm kind of ignoring them so that I don't have to deal with them so much. And in the light of this other card of mortality, I would be like, maybe we should just look at where the areas we are uncertain and start that walking through them process that Dragon Alchemist said earlier, which is part of this deck of being portals. When you're faced with uncertainty and you see this thing in front of you that you don't understand, climb the tree, walk around it, see what it is. I'm uncertain about this. This reminds me a lot of my allowance box process that I've talked about before. Sometimes when I'm uncertain about something or I feel uncomfortable about something or there's something I don't want to deal with, I put it in a box. Mentally, it's called the allowance box. And in this box, I can walk around it. I can shine different colored lights on it. I can hit it with things. I can manipulate it and do all of these things to it, whether it's a feeling or a thing or an idea. And with that objective version of that allowance box, I can hammer away and chip at it and see how it's going to react to give myself a little bit more certainty about what to do. So maybe kind of look at a couple of things you're uncomfortable with or that you maybe even want to move through that you've been thinking about, you know what, I really need to do that shadow work, or I really need to deal with this thing, I just don't want to. Put it in that box of uncertainty, that allowance box, and then, hammer it out, work around with it, mess it up a little bit. It won't hurt it. It won't do anything to it because it's in the allowance box. Anything in the allowance box, when it's done with it, reverts back to what it was. And then you can maybe make some decisions based on that that thing that you're looking at. So I think that's what I would start with. Uncertainty. Next up.
Who is it?
Who?
Who is it? Unexplained?
Unexplained. I feel like something a little bit different.
Ooh, I want to check out Tabati's. Is it a YouTube channel? Oh, cool.
Oh, we have to look at that. Which one? The Alice one or the Sylvan kind? Where'd I put the lid? Over here. Okay, come on now. We can do it. I promise. Oh, you know why? It's not the right lid.
Aha.
That's the lid for that.
Sylvan kind, she said.
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was a Kickstarter way back when. But Greg White is the author. In case you can't see that down there at the bottom. Very cute deck, very whimsical, but I'm a big fan of portals. I actually have the portal deck, which is a really cool deck, and it literally is all about portals. You know, portals, keys, those are things that are really cool to me. Oh, I need to fix my key. I have the stuff to do it now. Smell that? That's grove pine.
That's nice.
Unexplained is next.
Unexplained.
One of the topics for the box. Well, Tabati, if you don't mind, and as soon as we have a chance here, we're going to go subscribe too. If you ever want any help with anything, just let us know.
We are.
All right, unexplained.
Oh, sorry. Did I
No,
jump
go
ahead?
ahead. I don't care.
Okay.
You pull.
Alice submitted to us becoming braver. Resilience, experience, growing stronger, fresh perspective. Well, I mean, not just what it's actually saying. I think from the picture, this person, she doesn't look sad. She doesn't look happy. She's kind of in the middle and thinking about something. Well, you know, I got to do this or just be here. I think it's becoming braver with about a thought process or a view on something, and in considering or really pondering that, that will help you have growth in your knowing, or strengthen your knowing about your decision. It's okay to consider some different sides of something, and it's also okay to feel the way you feel. It's valid, but the process of thinking or working through that is what will be provide strength. But I think it's the mental kind of strength or the spiritual kind of strength.
Becoming braver. I like that. I pulled for you unexplained.
Oh, that's a pretty card.
Independence. Again, we're talking portals, right? That's what this deck is all about, or ways through, or pathways, and rivers are ways through. You've got two sides of the river. You've got a bank on each side, and to cross the river, to get to the other side, you have to find a way. But also, the river itself is its own way, right? And so when it comes to independence, it's your choice whether to step across the river to a new life on that side, or follow the river to wherever it takes you and find a new life that way, or a new process. I think the independence card just supports the facts that everything that you do is to bring you stronger and closer to being your independent self. I don't know how to explain the sun in this card, which is up in the top left. It's a very weird, almost brain-like. If you're looking at a top-down transection of the brain, lungs, but it is meaningful for some reason, and I can't figure it out. I just felt the need to point that out to you, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna hold it down a little closer, so you kind of. It's gonna be sideways, but that's the only way to get it right. I don't know what that's supposed to represent, but whatever it is, it's representing a good, positive motion, and I'm getting the feeling of this type of independence is coming from a seat of knowledge, of strength, of mindset. So, not sure exactly what that means, but might be something to look into. It also looks like a walnut, kind of. Yeah, walnut. See? It definitely, and they say food that looks like what it is, it tends to help that area. So, walnut translates to brain health usually. And it does. It has lots of good brain health items.
Huh. Wait, Miss Carmen.
All right, next up, Manny's mother, Carmen. Thank you for letting us read you today. And we're going to
Thank you,
do a little extra clean today because we're connecting outside. Oop. All right.
showing you little slippery cards.
Ooh. Carmen. I get inspiration.
That's pretty.
This is a pretty card. So what I'm seeing here, you have a skull. Again, I'm going to explain a little bit just because it might not be easy to see. We have a skull. It is wooden. It is made a part of the tree. And I get the feeling that this part of inspiration is our connectedness to nature and our connectedness to all things. Even if we think we're that different, we're not. So you've got the representation of a human, but it's in wood amongst the trees, right? And then it's got this beautiful flower growing out of the top, which flowers often represent blooming or new inspiration, which is what the card's about. We also have a hummingbird. Hummingbirds, to me, are really good representations of ancestors. They're also really good representations of reminders of the heartbeat of what makes things go and hum and move along and hum along. So when inspiration card comes up, the feelings that I get is looking around the world, looking at the nature that's around you, looking at what's different and what you may not have noticed before, and use that as inspiration to do whatever art you do, whether it's your art is thinking, whether your art is creating, whether your art is conversing, whether your art is mothering. Drawing that inspiration from the world and nature that's around you to kind of grow that feeling. Inspiration is an amazing feeling. This is... we talk about emotions, and I don't see happiness as an emotion. I see joy as the emotion. Happiness is the state of being. And inspiration is what leads to joy. So I really kind of get in this whole need to look at flowers, need to be, like if you have, what do they call those things? The botanical gardens. This would be a time to go to a botanical gardens, go to a butterfly garden, something like that that's going to really engage your inspiration on that artistic level.
And I pulled Who in the World Are You? Getting to know the new you. And for the life of me, I can't see what she's holding in her hand. I thought it was her shoe, but I don't think that's it. I can't even tell what she's sitting on. But the new you to me would mean like a new idea, something new that you've tried, something more so that you find out or might be finding out that you like to do. To embrace it and enjoy it and think about it. It's probably something, maybe it could be a thought, maybe I never thought I would do this or like this or have this view, but take time and enjoy it and work through it and get to know the new you.
New you. Lots of inspiration on that part of the read. Like that feels very forward moving to me. I like that. It feels good. Those cards feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that means something.
I hope it means something.
Thank you. Beautiful. Love it.
Oh.
That might be my second favorite, maybe first favorite card in the deck. I haven't used it in a while. I've had it for probably about a year and a half, but I'm glad that resonates. Last for now, but never least, we have Kelvin.
Kelvin, Sir Kelvin.
I want to go to Kava and read cards now.
I do too. That'd be fun. Pull a whole bunch of cards.
For anybody that comes by. I need to just do it. Kelvin. Ooh. Commitment. Oh, that's so pretty. All right. I got to move a little bit closer so you guys can see that. So this is commitment. Again, think portals, think processes. Processes. I love that word. I use it way too much. Think portals, think the way, think traveling through. So in commitment, this is talking about your commitment to either somebody you love or yourself. And you're representing, again, this connection between nature and human beings. So we have human figures, but they are entwined in nature. They are entwined in the wood, the strength of nature of the tree that is present around us. You see blooms in the background and this sun in the background as well. This is that like dawn or dusk lighting, like in that liminal space. And it's a reminder of your commitments to either the people in your life or yourself, wherever you are at in your journey. Recognizing that commitment and sustaining that commitment is where you should spend some focus time. So whether that means, looking in the mirror and telling yourself that you care about the person on the other side of that mirror, whether it is reaching out to somebody that you care about that you're not in a good relationship right now and saying, hey, we don't have to be friends again. We don't have to be comfortable with each other again, but I just want you to know that I do still care about you as a person. It is that commitment to both yourself and other people that it needs maintained and strengthened for you to go through whatever your next step is.
Okay, sir,
That's
I had
really
a jumper.
pretty.
That's a pretty one. And the jumper was believe, strange encounters. So I pulled a clarifier. Anytime I have a jumper, I pull a clarifier to see if it will help or clarify. And that I pulled nature communication, flower energies, fairy energies, elemental messengers. So
Commitment through nature.
So this week, if something seems like divine or universal intervention or a message that wouldn't come from a normal source, it's telling me to pay attention to it, listen to it. The magical does exist, whether it's in physical form or just the energy of it. So be aware of any strange encounters with nature that seem like, wow, is that real? Did I see that? If you see something out of the corner of your eye and you think, God, what was that? Was that whatever, an energy, a ghost, a fairy? It is.
Phantasmal.
Just consider it.
Very cool.
Enjoy it. I don't want a messenger from an elemental.
Is there anybody we missed? I think we got everybody.
I like this little
Taking
guy.
these with me.
Oh, these are some pretty. So we know we got choices. I'm gonna pull that out actually and put it up on the.
Yeah.
Put it up on the card holder.
Just remember where it came from. You guys.
Where'd you? Now I can't find it for the life of me.
That's funny. That is not normal to be aware of. Innocence.
Huh?
Feigning innocence is what that should say. Feigning innocence. I kid. All right. So
How strange. It kept coming up. Now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Here you are.
as soon as you said it.
Yep.
All right. So let's go ahead and close out.
From the
North,
north,
Widdershins to the east, undoing the circle that is cast. May it be open but unbroken.
Thank you for hanging out, everybody. Have a great, relaxing
Thank you for
Sunday.
hanging out. This has been amazing as always.
Dragonfly.
Oh, I love dragonflies.
Bye.
Yes. If there's any topics you guys want us to kind of dive into or look up or whatever, please throw it in Discord. We'll add it in, and we'll try to do some stuff on it, some conversations about it.
So in 30 minutes, is that
Until
when
next
Satan with
time.
Coffee is starting?
Yes.
30
Satan
minutes.
and coffee should start in 30 minutes.
If so inclined, check out Addie Estade on YouTube for Coffee with Satan. Satan with Coffee. Coffee with Satan.
I think it's one or the other or both.
One or the other. Check
whatever.
it out.
So thanks again. We love you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Bye.
stopping in. Please have a great weekend, and we'll see you hopefully next week.